Welcome to Moms Every Day. I'm your host, Gina Melton, also with Cat 103.7. And joining me from OneWorld Community Health Center is Dr. Brian Penley. So good to see you today.
It's nice to see you, Gina. How are you?
I'm great, and I'm excited to see you today because February, of course, is National Children's Dental Health Month. And you're here today to help our children take good care of their teeth. Let's start with some of the basics about how to help our kids get in there.
Okay. It's a very common question that we have as dentists is how should I take care of my children's teeth? And one of the things I've noted is that the more involved a parent can be, the better they set their children up for better dental health later on down the road. One of the things that we talk about primarily is how should I floss and brush my children? And so there's a lot of great billboards all around town that talk about 2 times brushing 2 times a day for children. And what that means is, generally speaking, you want to send the kids out of the house early in the morning before they go to school. They want to make sure they brush their teeth. When they come home at night, you want to make sure that they brush their teeth before they go to bed, and then they don't consume anything after they've done that.
Right.
When it comes to flossing, that gets a little bit trickier though, right? Because you're trying to stand in front of the sink with the kids. We were talking about this. And you're trying to help them, but you're bending your lower back and it's hurting and they're not being very cooperative. What I instruct parents to do is to actually lay their kids back on their lap, sit on a sofa, sit on a bed, sit on the floor, lay them back like they're at the dental office and floss their teeth that way. We know that kids until they're about age 8 don't really have the ability to floss their teeth really well, unless you have a piano prodigy or somebody that does knitting or something like that. But in general, the brain and the fingers don't talk well enough for kids to be real good at doing that. For brushing, it's about age 6, you can kind of hand the toothbrush over to them at that point. One thing that I would also recommend is get a nice electric toothbrush to help the kids out, something that can point and shoot like Sonicare or Oral-B make really good toothbrushes. That takes a lot of the guesswork out of how they have to brush and just allows them to kind of just work their way around the teeth.
So smart, such good tips.
It helps.
Now, my boys, Parker and Grant, they love soda pop and they're always begging me for soda pop. What about soda pop and teeth?
All right, soda pop. Sorry kids and everybody else that loves soda pop. Soda pop is incredibly terrible for your teeth. A couple of reasons why. Soda pop is a very acidic beverage. When you drink it, just the act of drinking it actually will wear your teeth away somewhat. In addition to it, it has an enormous amount of sugar into it, what we call added sugars. Added sugars tend to contribute to dental cavities as well as to other issues with your health, such as diabetes and obesity, things to that extent. But overall, the bacteria in your mouth, when they get a hold of that sugar from the soda pop, they use that sugar to start causing more damage to the teeth. And so when we see people that are sipping all day, we see that they get a lot of cavities. There's a saying, sip all day, you'll get decay. That's absolutely true. So in place of that, I would generally recommend water, milk, things that don't have added sugars in them. Those are much safer drinks for kids to have.
Now, I know you're the head of the dental clinics at all of the locations, and we happen to be here at your brand new OneWorld Community Health Center here in Bellevue. But how often should we be bringing our kids in to get dental, health checkups?
Realistically, for most children, every 6 months is a pretty good guideline. It's not something that's incredibly set in stone, but overall, especially as you're trying to build, healthier habits for children, getting them to come in more often and having us be able to look at them to stave off any problems is very helpful. We also take advantage of that time to talk to parents about diet and behavioral issues as well.
And what about fluoride? Why do we use fluoride? What's the importance behind that?
Okay, so fluoride is basically a way to help strengthen teeth. When we talk about all the acid attacks that we see all day long from our diet, at the end of the day, your teeth are generally a little bit weaker. Fluoride in toothpaste and fluoride in the water supply will actually help to strengthen your teeth. It rebuilds the tooth enamel.
All right, very good. Dr. Penley, thank you so much. So nice talking to you
It's my
today.
pleasure, anytime.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining us for Moms Every Day.